This here is pretty new from November 15th, 2023, and like I said, this repeating theme keeps getting around. Now, it's not so much what Lisa says here, but the response I want to get into. And I gotta say off the bat, I'm not trying to get Lisa, I'm not mad at Lisa, I understand why Lisa feels like this, I just don't think Lisa understands exactly how traction works on the internet, how popularity works, and just the natural flow of being famous, staying famous, or let's just say the direction the tide needs to keep going in. And Lisa says, to the Depp community, while all of you have spent the past several days giving free PR to AH and her sister, posting photo after photo of her, so much it even rivals her own stands, not one news outlet printed anything. No articles, no promos, no hoisting her above the clouds, nothing. Well, the Daily Mail's been following her. And you do see things like Geo News with Aquaman 2 news piggybacking off her name, so that's false. But I get her drift. It hasn't been the news storm it was at the trial, which it never will be, so that's expected. So since the media has even begun to get tired of her bottom of the barrel career and are moving on from promoting her, shouldn't you stop giving her free PR and pushing her image out for the world to see? Now, I get this feeling. And this feeling a lot of people share, and that's okay. Not everyone has a platform, not everybody thinks about how news flows and the news cycle and things like that. But here's the fact. It would be beneficial for the criticism and negativity to go away for her. And the reason is, if companies see the backlash dies down, they feel it's okay to use her and it's less risky. So hypothetically, if Aquaman 2 does great, that means there's going to be a feeling of security for them if they want to use her again, and a sigh of relief because obviously they're very nervous her presence will bring down sales. Lisa says she's got a Depp group, and I've got nothing against Lisa. Once again, go join her group, go talk about Depp if that's what you want to do, get back on track. I'm all for that. But my point is, if the Amber criticism stops, then, well, it only benefits her. You can do both at once. You can completely support Depp, but you can also give a little like or a quick comment, tasteful comment, not, something nasty like Flappy Fish Market or TURD or whatever. Just, yep, she lost the case. She was found guilty. A reminder. But now let's see the response. Well, there were many responses, but the one I took. Here it is. Leah says if they continued to use her and no one said anything, she'd have been uncanceled long ago. Marvel wouldn't have been pressured to limit her screen time, and L'Oreal would have kept her. Okay, bad mistake. Leah meant DC, but honestly, it's not super important. I know what she means. The big movie company, if they weren't pressured, well, they might have used her more. Stay silent and you're complicit in repairing her public image. She doesn't deserve that. And that's my bottom line too. Now, to give Lisa before credit is I think what Lisa's saying is it's all said and done, so at this point, we shouldn't say anything. But the fact is, there should always be some criticism and backlash, or if not, that means you've forgiven her basically. If you forgive her, that's fine. Stop the criticism. I don't really forgive or forget in certain cases. Best example is with Star Wars and Kathleen Kennedy. She ruined the franchise for a lot of people, and the true fans of Star Wars are never going to stop the criticism. Ever. Never. I'll be 70. 20 years from now. 30 years from now. I'm not going to be like, it doesn't matter anymore. She ruined a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher back on screen. Oh, but I forgive her. No. That's it. You made a mistake forever. Same thing with Amber. She made a mistake forever. And Leah continues, because outlets know the backlash they'll get from people who speak out against her being promoted. I'm sorry this whole you've promoted her by posting is wrong. I think she left out a word there, but alright. What impression do you think your silence gives to the studios and companies? It's the backlash that puts them off, and that's the bottom line. If the backlash stops, if the silence stops, eventually someone will just be like, okay, that's cool, no backlash, we're free to go. So what I'm saying is, if these companies and corporations see backlash from her, they're losing money, they're losing members, they're losing subscribers or whatever, well, they stay away. But if they see the backlash is lightened up, like if I do the same topic a year from now and there's no backlash, I'm like, oh, well, I guess I could do it now. That's just how it works. And Melanie says, that's a good point. There's probably a balance between targeting the events and businesses that highlight, promote her, and posting on one's own timeline, particularly if it's just edited photos to make fun of her. Yeah, exactly. So if you've got a personal account, more of a private account for friends, all right, maybe ease off. It's your right to do so. I'm not telling you what to do. But I understand criticism towards that more than criticism towards, like, well, let's respond to Warner Bros., L'Oreal, DC, and things like that, which I'm saying is still important. And Lily brings up one more point, which is basically fatigue, getting tired of seeing it, and that's cool. I understand. I mean, this is where people separate. Again, with Star Wars. If you're kind of a fan and you don't like the Disney Star Wars, you're sick of seeing it, all right, you walk away. But if you were a diehard fan, if it meant something to you, then you're not going to get tired of seeing it because it was important to you. It really meant something. So, to some people, Johnny Depp means something. They want to defend him till the bitter end. And that's okay. The casuals, I'm tired of seeing it. I'll go to the next thing. And here's my advice. If you do still want to put out tasteful criticism, factual criticism of AH, but you're tired of seeing it, give the thing a like. Give a quick comment for 10 seconds and move on with your day. You don't have to sit there, watch the whole thing, think about it, this and that. So that's a personal choice. Anyway, I said a mouthful, went in a few different directions, but I think you got my main point. Let me know what you think down below. Doing pop culture, entertainment, things like that. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. Go ahead, join Lisa's group. You can find her on X, I guess. And if you don't subscribe, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.